I'm at a been swimming cause I'm in a deep. Don't call me, you already know. I'm on the road and you for the streets. Young and ain't the same. I guess we're on different things. I guess now we're just as strangers. You said it's no fun to blame, but I was not the one to change. Cause I was not the one to save you. You were my everything, now I regret everything. I wanted you here with me, but you didn't want that. I'll do anything, I don't know what's you're in. I wanted you here with me, but it was too much to ask for. You know that I had you. You know that I would've did anything, anything that you asked for. You know that I had you. I know that you know I gave everything.
Don't get put in that blender. Hold on, who is you? Pat him down before he enter. Don't you hang with the ops talking about he don't remember. Trying to copy what I do. You was not a printer, cooped up, toot up, mate. Get they suit tucks begging. I ain't even got $2 for you. Roll call when I'm coming with me. No, this ain't jump ball. You can't jump with me. Ballin' jump man, touch hands. We bout to bump then. Better bang yours, cause I bang mine. This ain't happen overnight. It take time. You seen a Super Bowl, the cheat code. Game time. Game time. Game time. Game time. Yeah, it's game time. What I want for Christmas too. That's the same time with me, it's game time. But with you, yeah, it's lame time. Ayy, keep playing around, get your head. Don't wanna live right, well, alright, leave you dead wrong. Ayy, well, okay. I catch the dog, he getting the beats like it's Dre, like the money in the bank. You better play where it's safe. Told him belly fill his tank, run up to the next steak. I get down, I get dirty, catch him on the public. Thinking he gon' get a pass from the slime me something. Hungry for it, see an issue and I rub my stomach. Enough paper to make a book, I could get it published. What? You gonna believe me? Think for brown skin, real can see them. Got get it, go retrieve it, just short small. When that's from Cali, with the cheetah print out white curve. Game time. Game time. Game time. Yeah, it's game time. Game time. Game time. Game time. Yeah, it's game time. That's so typical. Body of a dominance, that's so typical. Train like a god, that's so typical. And he's still modest, that's so typical. Don't wanna talk about it, so cynical. So black, cut it out like a umbilical. Don't wanna risk the ouch of the ridicule. It's so typical, visual, I feel like the one. Yo, we're the Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1. It's so good, no one can tell you to jump, to swim. Yeah, I'm trying to ride the wave. I'm trying to get me paid. I'm trying to move and shake. I'm trying to walk away. I swear my wrists are great. I'm getting used to change. Face of a mortal, that's so typical. Body of a donkey.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us down south to tonight on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Atlanta Falcons. Settle in. We think we've got a good one. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Liking 18, pioneer.
Off the play fake, it's Richardson. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there.
I just want to rock. Body out of y'all.
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. 1600 block. I just wanna rock. I just wanna. I just wanna rock. Body yada yada. Shorty got that body yada yada. No time, set up. You gon' kill my vibe. Stand on my money, don't know my size. Pick them sides, and you better choose wisely. That's my high. 1, 2, 3, 4, throw up to 5. That's my high. Damn. 1, 2, 3, 4, throw up the 5.
MC, make another hit.
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want.
We're the Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins number 1. Miami has a Dolphin, the greatest football team.
First opened in 2017. Here's a look inside the one-of-a-kind setting for football. That is Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, the home of the Falcons. Tonight on Sunday Night Primetime, it's the Miami Dolphins and the Atlanta Falcons. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen ready to get this one going. Jake Bates set to get it started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
My haters, I wish them well. Get up on my level, I'm setting them straight to hell. We all in your city, your name ain't ringing the bell. All this motion on my cell, you would think I got it for sale. It was Friday, I met him up by the shell. He took me to the bank, cause he sent me to my
Deputy! 60 Eagles, 60, Cup 19, Cup 19.
They'll run it for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he's going to be hit and dropped behind the line. Great push upfield defensively. What a way to start this one.
Second and 12.
You spend all week on your opening script. What are the plays that allow you to find a rhythm and have some early success offensively? Well, in this case, that first play you drawn up sent you going back the wrong direction. How does that change this play caller's approach to the ground game going forward?
Bill look to throw. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Back in the day, Mike, you know how they decided who played offense and who played defense? The guys who caught the ball better played offense, and the guys who couldn't play defense. And now, that's obviously not the case anymore. But this is one of those that still gives defensive players a bad rap.
He's got his tight end. That's Pitts. 17 yards on that connection. First down, Atlanta.
These third down conversions are just so important. Like everybody stresses, we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
70, Timberwolves.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Mika Fitzpatrick. And the Dolphins are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. play action. Richardson. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the fight. And it's second down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
On the ground, here is the rookie from Texas A&M. And this takes him into the red zone. He's dropped down inside the 20-yard line. A gain of 17 to the 17-yard line.
No, no. Let's go now. Ready?
They'll stay on the ground. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's second down. They'll stick with him again. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up third down. Now after the play, he'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment.
On the set.
They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Here's a first carry for their running back. A second effort, and he is in. Touchdown, Dolphins. It's his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Dolphins will take a 7-0 lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This fielded at about the 9. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there.
At their own 25-yard line.
The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Track. Liking 18. Ready?
Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
It's 3rd and 7.
Here we go. Track. Panther 60. Panther 60. Ready?
He'll look to throw. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force the 4th down. The Falcons getting their puncher out there. To be returned from the other side of midfield. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. They'll go play action. It's Richardson. That's over the middle and intercepted. And he's going to be looking at a short field for the offense after the INT. Chance to tie the game or even take the lead.
Intercepted. The Falcons take over
Ready,
first and
break.
10 at the 46-yard line.
Go. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
Come on, set. 70 Lions.
He'll drop to throw. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line. It is a big play there for the Falcons. 31 yards.
Ready?
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
Warrior 70. Chop 60. Chop 60.
They'll look to throw again. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. Now it's going to be third down.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
Throwing now on third and long. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown Atlanta. It's his third touchdown catch this year. Not going for two, they'll kick the point after. He's got it. And the Falcons will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Drive will start on the ground, and that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy. But they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
They work forward to the 40-yard line. James Pierce in on the tackle. Here now, third and 5.
Buffalo 18. Ready? 60 by 60.
From the gun, Richardson. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. A big-time play for the Dolphins. 31 yards.
Panther 11. Get it. Ready?
Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. Next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
On the double.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Set. Go.
Now give on the ground, and he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, it sets up third down.
It's a gain of 6.
Ready. Press all 80. Corner 70. Trap 60. Trap 60.
Out of the shotgun, Richardson. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. Bates' kick is good. And the Dolphins will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
At their own 20-yard line.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
60. 70 Timberwolves.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
19 tight. Not good. Cougar 19. Cup 19. Cup 19. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
Back to throw. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Mika Fitzpatrick. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. We saw it earlier, the defense on the quarterback with the earlier interception. And now, Greg, not only do they pick them, they turn it into a pick 6.
And, Mike, the reality is this has just been a bad first half throwing the football. I mean, not only is it a 2nd interception, but this time the defense gets their hands on the ball, and they're able to take it all the way back for the pick 6.
This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
At their own 35-yard line.
Come on. Set. Ready.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's into the hands of Travis Etienne. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
60 Maverick. Dragon 60. My man. Ready.
Now they'll set up to throw. That is downfield to the tight end Pitts. And he is taken down. A big gain on that one. Great way for them to end this opening quarter. So we are through 1 here on Sunday Night Primetime. 17-7 is the score. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On the handoff, it's Robinson. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happy. Gonna lose a yard.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. A tough spot here. 3rd and long.
19-18. 19 Lions. Let's go.
And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
Sean McVay will send out the field goal unit. This one from 54 yards out. That one is good. And the Falcons are back within a score. It's now 17-10.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Take over first and 10. At their own 35-yard line.
Let's go now. 70 Lions. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Now, faking the give. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. So, a big one there to start the drive. 36 yards.
36 yards. And the Dolphin first down.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That is brought in at the 10. He'll be taken down, but just like that, they are in business. It's first and goal.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run.
To the 5-yard line.
Tackle made at the 5-yard line. A 4-yard gain brings up second and goal.
Here now, second down and goal. They'll go with him again. He'll get a couple, mark him down at the 3.
The tackle made at the 3-yard line. A gain of 3 yards. It's now third and
goal. He'll try to run this one in. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. Second touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5. Bates now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Dolphins move out to a 24-10 lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
On the jump. Let's go.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. This one broken out. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. That defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Back to the air again on second and 10. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that second down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in third and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3-and-out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet inbounds. A big first down pickup for a first down. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Damone Clark.
Well, he's going to have a lot better moments than this one, Mike. You just can't force that throw. Not at this level. It's going to cost you more times than not. And for this young rookie, hopefully this is one that he can learn from and not continue to repeat.
So after the touchdown. It's Bates to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. A good return as he takes it across the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Right back to the air following that pick 6. He's going to send it downfield for Ayuk. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25. A big play to kick off this drive. Pick up of 46 yards.
Both pre-snap and post-snap is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out at the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
They run over center with Robinson. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play. And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I back to Atlanta in a moment. Down at the 12. It's first and 10. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Damone Clark. And this turns out to be a nice return as he is out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
On first down, it's Richardson. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
70 range, 70 range, 19 Lions.
Off the play fake, it's Richardson. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. They are cooking to begin this drive. This play going for 30 yards.
Lightning, here we go. Strike. Bronco 80. Dragon 60. Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready.
On play action, Richardson. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up second down.
It's now second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Ready.
On the toss, they'll run. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball, they're able to get you down for a loss.
Out comes Jake Bates to try a field goal here. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Dolphins can tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Throwing now from the gun. That's going to be incomplete. Very stout. That's going to bring up second down.
Incomplete. Leads to second and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Set Buffalo 18. Warrior 70. Trap 60. Trap 60.
They'll look to throw. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Nope, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Out wide, that's Robinson. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. It's good for a Falcon first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Cowboy 80. Cup 19. Cup 19. Take over.
They'll look to throw again. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
It's a loss of 8. Brings up second.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. He'll look to throw. He fires downfield for Pitts. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line.
Let's go. Cougar 19.
They'll go play action. It's Richardson. Working 3 downfield. It is Williams. A big one there to start the second half. 32 yards.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
Coming across, he's got it in the hands of Williams. And he's very close to a touchdown to mark him just shy of the goal line. It's a big play there for Miami. 33 yards. A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's first and goal.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Go.
Here's a run. Oh, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards. Back up to the 3. It's 2nd and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
Let's go now.
They'll send a tight end in motion. Trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short. Line of scrimmage, the 2-yard line. It's 3rd down and goal. They'll run. And no signal. Didn't look like he got there. He did not. And now, the tension mounts. 4th and goal.
How about this for a goal line stand, Mike? Your back's against the wall, back-to-back plays. You hold tight. They set themselves up here to defend a 4th and goal try.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Dolphins will extend their lead. So, after his field goal, Bates back out to kick this one away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10.
Gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
At the 35-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
And that is incomplete. Drake London was the intended receiver there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The Falcons send their punting unit out. And he is hoping to improve on his first attempt. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over.
Go! Hawk 70 Timberwolves. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
A 2nd down throw for Richardson. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Dolphins. His 6th touchdown now for the season. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Here comes a return from the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drop. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. To the right. That's Pitts. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
That's swung out to ETN. Into space at the 45. And he'll be forced out of bounds. Call it a gain of 13. First down, Atlanta.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
It's a give up the middle to Robinson. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now second
From
and
the 48-yard line, here's second down and 6. Now they'll set up to throw. Wide open, middle of the field, he's got his receiver. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a first down. They'll look to throw here on first down. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
The defensive coaches, they preach all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
A ball deep for the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Brandon Ayuk, touchdown, Falcons. So they take the shot downfield, and it is caught in the end zone for a touchdown. What a big play that is, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike. And the key to a play like this is when the ball travels this far in the air, they teach you, don't look back, look up, because that's where the ball will be. And in this case, he was able to secure it and come away with a big touchdown.
The offense will stay out there as they will line up and go for 2.
The Falcons will line up for the two-point conversion.
Back to throw. And he's not going to get in. The decision to go for 2 doesn't pay off. Unable to cut any further into the deficit. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
Come on, Dragon 60, Hawk 70, Hawk 70, Cup 19, Cup 19. Ready,
On play action, he'll set up to throw. There's a short one that's caught by Ferguson. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
And they'll hold them to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up third and 3.
Ready. Mustang 60 Bison, 60 Bison, 7 Pirates, 18 Pioneers, Buffalo 18.
From the gun, Richardson. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. They pick up 17 through the air. Good for a Dolphins first down.
For a Dolphins first down. It's a gain of 17 yards. First down.
Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
Brings up second and 9.
Now, faking the give. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. It's scooped up by the Falcons. And so much for a nice gain through the passing game. Not finishing the play, fumbling the football, and the offense has turned it over, Greg.
Mike, give credit to the defender here for not quitting on this play. They just give up a chunk play in the passing game. He stays after it, and instead of just making a simple tackle, he attacks the ball, knocks it loose, and creates a big takeaway for his defense. When you scrimmage over this offensive line, and for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element, to find, and all these zero or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots. I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? So here in the second half, it's obvious the offense finds themselves in a tough spot, trailing by this many points, but really what makes it difficult is when you have to operate, Mike, in a comeback situation where you have to air the ball out every single play, it stresses your offensive line, it stresses your quarterback, it stresses your playmakers. It is just a really difficult way to play offensive football in the NFL, and they've got to do it really for the remainder of this half.
That's a very nice return. He has given the offense a short field.
Red. 70 left.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. He's close to a first down. To gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Now it's 2nd and 1.
70. 19 left. 70. Go.
Throwing is Richardson. Exiting the pocket right.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner.
It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. You're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he's going to be taken down there as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. So we are through 3. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Ready. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Ready.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's 2nd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
He fires downfield for Pitts. It'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
36 yards.
It is a big play there for the Falcons.
First down.
36 yards.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Go 80. Ready.
On the give, it's Robinson. And their woes in the running game continue. He's going to be taken down behind the line.
The line of scrimmage.
A little surprising to see them keep the ball on the ground, especially given the situation, Mike. I mean, you're trailing. You haven't had a lot of success running the ball up until this point. They need chunk plays. They need to score, and they need to score fast.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And that's going to be incomplete, but a flag down in the backfield. That's the area we usually see holding.
Let's go. Viking 18.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Throws smart. He gets there for the sack, setting up 4th down.
He's certainly making a strong case to be in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Week. I mean, a touchdown earlier, now a sack. You talk about impacting the game in all areas. This guy's having himself a ball game.
Going to leave the offense out there for 4th and long. They'll throw out of the gun. Now, deep ball for London. That's 3. Third time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by Mika Fitzpatrick. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Ready, break! Here we go! Ready?
Handoff here, up the middle, and he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Ready?
Back to the ground, he'll get it again. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down. Now after the play, he'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. Here comes 3rd and 6.
Let's go now!
Out of a shotgun, Richardson. He's going to let this one go deep to the goal line and in. Touchdown, Dolphins. His 2nd catch of the game. And both have gone for touchdowns. They continue to add points. Greg, very interesting here. They are just rolling up the score even though we're in the 4th.
No doubt, Mike. I mean, this offensive play caller has no let up. I mean, he's going to see how many points can I put on this scoreboard before that clock runs out.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. On the handoff, here's Robinson running right. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground. And a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
Complete. Former 1st-round pick Drake London with the catch.
I think both of us came away from our discussions with the coaches thinking that this guy was going to have a massive role in this one, but after only his first catch of the game, let's give credit where it's due. This defense, man, they've held him in check throughout.
He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. Vita Vea. He's in there to drop him, and it leads to 4th down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That is incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on 4th. Going to give the ball over on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
Ready, ready!
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 5.
Tag!
On the ground, this is Jalen Wright. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down.
Get ready.
Back on the ground and back to right.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
On fourth down, here's Matt Ariza to punt. Trying to be a little too perfect there and hit right at the goal line. Continues into the end zone. It's a touchdown. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Downfield, and it's caught by Ayuk. He'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. So, from the 36, it is first and 10.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
70 Rangers, 70.
They'll look to throw. The throw here is complete.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
He'll look to throw. That's caught left side by Pitts. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a first down.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight. They continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of.
And they're going to get to him and take him down, take him back to the other side of midfield.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up second and 20 at the 50-yard line.
From the 50, he'll set him to throw. A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Throwing now on third and long. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
Let's see what they do here. This is fourth and long. He'll drop the throw. And he's going to go down. The pressure too much. And that should wrap this one up as they have to give it up on downs.
All right, Mike, so in this situation, a defensive coordinator has two options. You can sit back and play the pass, or you can be aggressive and go after the quarterback. In this case, they chose the latter, and that's why they were able to force the turnover on downs.
So a win here for the visiting Dolphins. And this long winning streak showing no signs of slowing down. They put one more in the win column.